Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. Welcome to my channel, Cherished Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this light and lacy square. It works up fast and it's really easy to do. I used the ombre yarns because I just like the look of the slightly changing colors. This one is the sea coral and this one is the true blue color. I used a 5.25 millimeter hook. And this one I'm going to use another ombre color. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this right. It's the anthracite. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but okay. So we're going to make a slip knot. We're going to chain 4, and now we're going to slip stitch into that first chain we did. Now we're going to chain 2. Oops. And now we're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster, which is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, and now we're not going to finish that double crochet off. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Now we're going to yarn over and go through all those, just like that. Now we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do a total of 8 of these. Now this next one will be a little bit different. We're not going to do any chains. We're just going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, and now you should have 4 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, and as you can see, we have 3 they're double crochets, but we've only finished half of them. So now we've got 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all of those. Now we're going to chain 1, and now we continue that until you have a total of 8, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I've got my 8 sets of clusters. Now don't forget to do that last chain 1 there. We're going to go over here and we're going to just slip stitch into that first cluster we did. And now we're going to let me do that again. Went in between the yarns. Okay, there we go, that's better. Now we're going to slip stitch to this first space where we did the chain 1. And once there, we're going to chain 5. And this acts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So in that same space, we're going to do another double crochet. And now we're going to do a chain 1. Now we're going to go right over to the next chain 1 space. And we're going to do a double crochet, chain 2, and another double crochet, and a chain 1. So continue that in each chain 1 space. Do a double crochet, chain 2, another double crochet, chain 1, and then skip on over to the next space. And you should have 8 when you get finished at the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my circle. You should have a total of 8 of these. They're kind of like V shapes. You should have a double crochet, chain 2, a double crochet, and a chain 1. You should have 8 of those. So now we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, just like that. Now we're going to slip stitch into this space right here. We're going to chain 2. Now we're going to do a 2 double crochet cluster. Yarn over, go into the space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over. And you're going to only have 3 this time because that chain 2 counts as 1. And we're going to go through all 3 of those. Now we're going to chain 3. We're making our corner right now. And so now we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through the first 2, and one more time, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, and now you're going to have 4. So you'll have 4 loops on your hook the remainder of the circle. And yarn over and go through all 4 of those. Now we're going to go to the next space, and we're going to do just 1 double crochet and chain, let's see, chain 1, yeah, I almost forgot. And we're going to do that in the next 3 spaces. That's 1 space, the next space, double crochet, chain 1, the next space, double crochet, chain 1. So you've got a double crochet and chain 1 in each of the 3 spaces. And now it's time to make your next corner. So you're going to do a cluster of 3 double crochets, a chain 3, and another cluster of 3 double crochets. And then the next 3 spaces, you're going to do a double crochet, a chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and chain 1. And continue that pattern until you get to the end of the circle, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Now we're going to slip stitch into this cluster here. Now we're going to slip stitch into this corner, very first corner there. Now we're going to do a single crochet, chain 4, go back in that same space, do another single crochet, chain 3, there we go. Now we're going to go to the next space, and we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, the next one, we're going to do this in the next total of the next 4 spaces after we just did our corner. Now chain 3, so we've done 1, 2 so far. This is our third, chain 3, jump over to our last space, this will be our 4th, single crochet and 3 chains. Now we're going to jump over to our next corner here. We're going to do our single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, and chain 3. And then we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3 in the next 4 spaces, and that'll take you to your next corner. Do a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, and chain 3, and do that same pattern till you get to the end of your row, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Excuse me. We are going to slip stitch in that first single crochet that we did. Okay, now we're going to do, in our first corner here, we're going to do 2 single crochets, chain 2, and 2 more single crochets in that same space. Just like that. Now in the next 5 spaces, we're going to do 2 single crochets. 1, 2 in the same space. and 2 more in the second space, 2 more in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and 2 more in the fifth. And now we're at our second corner. So we're going to do 2 single crochets, chain 2, and 2 more single crochets. Just like that. And in the next 5 spaces, do 2 single crochets in each space, and then do your next corner, 2 single crochets, chain 2, and 2 more single crochets in the same space, and continue that pattern until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Now we're going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet we did. And now we're going to chain 3. That acts as our first double crochet. And in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And that brings us to our first corner. You see right here. That's our chain 2. We're going to go into that and make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets in that same space. And that's our first corner. Now we're going to do a single crochet in each of the 14 stitches across, and then there's your next corner. Do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets, and then a double crochet in each of the next 14 stitches, and continue that until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. You should have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and a double crochet in each of the next 14 stitches, and then your next double, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Okay, so at the end we're going to slip stitch to the very top of that chain 3 we did. You're going to chain 1, pull your yarn tight, cut it, pull your yarn through, and it is finished. And it was very easy. And I hope you enjoyed my video today. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.